Hello and welcome. Today's Knowledge Nugget is about November presidential elections. Have you ever wondered why the United States always votes for president in early November? Well, did you know? This was decided back in 1865. Back in the 1800s, most Americans were farmers and lived in the middle of nowhere. So, early November was decided because the presidential election had to come after a major harvest because most rural Americans were working their ass off in the fields, bringing in their crops. And the election had to be before a massive, harsh winter. And that's why it's in early November. But why is it always on a Tuesday? That's because back in 1865, most Americans were very religious people and they spent Sunday in church. So the weekend for voting wasn't good, and Wednesday was market day when they brought their goods from the fields into the town to sell. So it normally took an entire day. There were no cars, there were no electricity. Most of Americans went to the bathroom outside back then. So it took a whole day to ride your horse, your donkey, or your ox cart into the nearest big town so you could cast your vote. We're going in to vote, we're going in to vote. So you couldn't do that in winter, people would freeze to death. And I guess people voting on the Tuesday back then just stayed in the town to sell their stuff in the market on the following day on the Wednesday. Gee, I got a wagon full of radishes and I hope nobody steals them while I'm out there voting. And that is why we vote on Tuesdays in early November. That is today's Knowledge Nugget. Shalom, amigos amigas. Might I suggest to our new president the fact that we're all not farmers anymore? Perhaps we could change the voting day to the day after tax day. Everyone pays their taxes, realize how much money they're paying in taxes, and then they could decide whether or not they're happy with their current situation. And then they could vote the day after tax day. Something to ponder. Let's all scratch our chins and think about that.